Hey guys, what is up? I just wanted to talk to you about the Coast Guard. So I'm recently going into the Coast Guard, hopefully in August. But I just kind of wanted to explain to you kind of what I found out and the research I've done, officer versus enlisted paths, and which one I think is better and which one I think I'm going to go into. So you have officer. So officer, you automatically start off with more pay. You basically get paid almost as much as you would after like 4 years of being enlisted. You make around, I want to say, 50,000 a year, but that's not including your health care, your BAH, and your food allowance. The BAH is your housing allowance off base. That's when you get paid by the government for your housing, and you get paid by your government for your groceries, such as food. And whatever you don't spend, you can just keep in your back pocket. That stuff is not taxed, while your base pay is taxed. And then you have officer school. You have to be at least 21 years old to go to officer school. Officer school is not as long. I think it's only like 8 weeks. It's kind of like the same as boot camp. Don't quote me on that. I don't quite remember how long it is. But that's that. You do that, you go out, and you're automatically O1. You're making a ton of money, right? And you're doing more of like leading. You're not doing more hands-on. That's more of like the leading structure, but you get paid more, but you have more of the leading. And you can get up to an O10, which is the highest thing you can get, which is, I think, Admiral, but that can take forever, and you can make upwards of like 200,000 a year base pay. And then what else? So then we have enlisted. Enlisted, I want to go in, if I was going to go in, I wanted to go in as a AMT. I was thinking of AMT, so I talked to a bunch of people. So you go in, you do boot camp. It's 8 weeks long. It's intense training. But before you do boot camp, you have to talk to your recruiter, sign some paperwork, kind of figure out what you want to do. Then you have to go to MEPS, which then they get your ASVAB. At the ASVAB, if you score what you need to for your test, you have to do the physical follow-up. But you go there. If you are far away from the testing site, they will supply you with a hotel, dinner, breakfast, and transportation to the testing site. And then they kind of go over your medical stuff, make sure you don't have any disqualifiers. What else? Then after that, if you pass, you can go and you get your physical done, which is just, if you're a male, it's 29 push-ups, like a minute 10 plank, and then you have to run a mile and like a mile and a half in like 13 minutes 50 seconds, something like that. And then after that, you do a background check, make sure you're not a felon, you're not convicted of anything, and then you set up a deployment date. And going into enlisted, you go to boot camp for 8 weeks. Then depending on which one you go, usually you have to wait a year or so, and then you can go to A school. And then after A school, then you become into your job. But you, as an enlisted, you're only making like 20-30K a year. It's not much, but you do get barracks on base, or they give you allowance to go live outside if you're married, or you're just responsible. A lot of Coast Guards apparently don't have a lot of barracks, or they get filled up too fast. So after like a few months, if you're a good guy, then they'll give you your money, and you can go wherever you want around that area. So you can go like live with your wife or something. If you have kids, you can go home to them every night. It's like, I feel like it's a little different than most military. You also get some time off. You get 2.5 days a month off. You just have to request them to your unit, your superior. And then what else you got? Oh yeah, you travel about every 4 years. So you switch stations every 4 years, and you get to choose where you want to, at least for the first time that I know of. You put like a dream sheet, and if you want to do a dream sheet, you put what your top ones are, and then they'll try to get you to go to that one. After boot camp, once you reach like week 7 or 8, they'll ask you what your dream shit is, because by that point they know you're probably going to pass boot camp. Let's see, what else? Also, if you ever plan on doing both, you want to do enlisted and officer, this is what I'm doing. This is what I've learned that seems like the best option for me. Definitely doesn't need to be you, but for me, it's what I see. So I am a senior right now. I have my AA, so because I did dual enrollment. And also, you get your AA before, you get the $10,000 bonus. So I'll be getting $10,000 bonus for joining. But you get your AA. You also get free school after at least 4 years of the service, or you online tuition, which is free, and you can do school and get your bachelor's or your AA while serving completely for free. And then you have your degree, and you don't have to pay a dime for it. You can go to college, spend $100,000, and then get the piece of paper that says you got the degree. But after that, and you decide, you know what, I want to do, you're not into this enlisted stuff, you want to get paid more, you want to be more of like the boss, then you can do that. After you reach your bachelor's, you have to have a bachelor's to become an officer. So if you want to get it while you're enlisted, or you want to go to college first, completely up to you. Either way is fine. But you have to get accepted into officer school, which is very low. People who go into the enlisted gain experience, which the officer candidate school looks at. People that just go to school, get a bachelor's, and then to think, oh, I'm just gonna become an officer. Talked to the recruiter, she said that's actually really bad. It's like you have only like a 2% chance of getting in. Like, you're going up against people that have had experience in the military. You'd have people who had masters if they didn't go in the military, and they come out with a master's or doctorate. You're going against like high level ranked people in the military, and you have recommendations when you're in the military. You can get recommendations. Well, if you just go for your bachelor's, you don't have any of that. Like, the chances of you becoming an officer if you just have a bachelor's with no experience, no master's, no bachelor's, not a lot of leadership experience, then the chances of you going to officer school is very slim. So I would recommend going enlisted, getting your degree online. After a few years, you have to be at least E5 before you can apply to officer school. You talk to your rank of command, ask if they can give you recommendations. You apply to officer school, you build your record, you get into officer school, and then after officer school, you go to your designated area of expertise. So say I want to be a aviation's officer, which I want to do like the flying of the helicopters. I would go to that school, which would take a few months, and then I would have to do some experience, and then I can get into the field. I know this was a lot of information, but I, dude, no lie, spent months researching all this stuff. And I figured I called like 4 people. I talked to a recruiter. I looked at Reddit. I used ChatGPT. I did everything, bro. My knowledge is the best that can be. And I know people be like, so much contradict. Mine is the truth. If you see this and you're joining the military, watch this. Watch it. Literally is the truth. I mean, I haven't gone to boot camp yet, which I hope I can get in August, hopefully. But guys, I'm telling you, enlisted is the way to go if you want to become an officer. And if you just want to become enlisted, that's awesome. Do not do reserve. That is completely pointless. I believe you go literally 2 times a month. Like, what's the point of that? If you want a couple $100 in your account, sure, but you have to go fly all the way over there, go stay there for like a day or 2, and then you fly back. Like, there's no reason to do that. Like, a reserve is literally nothing. So guys, I've done so much research. Trust me when I say I have the knowledge of this. I do. There's so many people that contradict everything online. The one thing says, oh yeah, do this. Another one says, oh, do this. And then after all my research and all my talking, my opinion and my research, I believe, is the best on the internet right now. So if you want to know what to do, listen to this, okay? I hope you guys found this very interesting or informative. I hope you guys enjoy and find the path that you want to choose. It's taken me a while. I've literally gone through a million different things. I wanted to become a vet, then I want to become a financial advisor, and then I want to become a vet again, and then I was like, you know what, fuck that. I want to go to the military. I want to be doing something every day, having high adventure. I'm also not like a very outgoing guy. I'm more reserved. I'm a introvert, and I feel like going into the military will help me get out of my shell too. Like push me to do stuff that I would never do if I was just a civilian job or a civilian life. I can't wait. I know some people in the military, Coast Guard that I've been talking to, so I really, 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 really hope you guys figure out what you want to do. Just listen to God. He has got a plan for all of you, and just focus. If you don't believe in God, then just listen to your heart, listen to your mind, listen to your gut. They're all telling you what you need to do. You just need to listen, guys. But yeah, I only know about the Coast Guard. Don't know anything about the Army, Air Force, Marines, or Navy. I just know that they're a little bit different because they're more of the military, while the Coast Guard is more of, civilian military. But anyways, that's all I got. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment, if this was helpful. I hope this was, I don't even know. All right. See ya. Peace.